Welcome to the Daily Bollocks. The architects of the crisis include Robert Jenrick, the Grant Factory, and the Reform Party paradox. A catastrophic slippage occurs when speed replaces security, causing a system to fail the people it was built to protect. The system bypassed basic scrutiny to fast-track a Sudanese man named Hardy El-Adid, who subsequently exploited the border to enter the UK and attempted to behead an individual in Belfast. This wasn't a glitch, it was the inevitable output of a broken machine. The political mandate was to clear the backlog at all costs, with former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak establishing a rigid goal to dispense with a massive backlog of 92,000 asylum cases. The primary objective shifted instantly from rigorous national security to clearing administrative queues, setting the stage for a mechanical failure engineered at the highest levels of government. Inside the Grant Factory, to meet the quota, Robert Jenrick's department implemented a streamlined asylum process that entirely obviated the need for face-to-face scrutiny. This fast-track assembly line unilaterally expedited applications from targeted regions including Eritrea, Syria, Afghanistan, Libya and Yemen without the necessary security friction. Because the system was engineered for speed, the fundamental pillars of border security were actively discarded, creating manufactured blind spots. For thousands of fast-tracked individuals, the state willfully ignored their true identity and background history, intentions upon arrival, existing connections within the UK, and financial capabilities and means of support. When looking at a diagnostic matrix of security versus speed, the Jenrick system prioritised administrative speed over national security, obviated face-to-face interview protocols, replaced comprehensive vetting with zero-contact fast-tracking, and traded strict oversight for unaccountable processing. The architects in command ensured this was not an accident at a civil service. It was a targeted, streamlined policy authorised and overseen by the Home Office leadership. Braverman and Robert Jenrick operated a system described by Migration Watch in February 2023 as a dangerous folly, and they pushed it forward anyway. Now we're witnessing the great rebrand, where the engineers of the failure have changed uniforms. Robert Jenrick and Braverman have ported over to the Reform Party, a political group that actively markets itself to the working class as the radical anti-establishment answer to the UK's broken immigration system. The reform proposition, guided by the Restore Britain agenda, promises radical action to fix a catastrophic mess forced upon the public. Their stated mandate is to abolish the entire asylum system, to clean up the legacy of uncontrolled immigration, deport all illegal migrants who shouldn't be in the country, and lobby for a binding referendum on the reintroduction of the death penalty to purge pervasive evil. However, the solution is the problem, because you can't fix a catastrophic border failure by recruiting the exact politicians who actively dismantled the security protocols. Reform has absorbed the problem, creating an illusion of change and an impossible contradiction. The party is morphing into the establishment, with analysts pointing out a fatal flaw in the new party's trajectory. By welcoming figures who embody poor decision-making and a broken establishment, reform has morphed into the very elite it claims to fight. The party of everyday working people has been co-opted by the administrators at the Grant Factory. You might wonder why Reform have been very quiet on this, but there's a deafening silence. The party remains conspicuously silent on the catastrophic failures of the Grant Factory, and instead of radical accountability, they're protecting their own. An unfettered, unaccountable system is being shielded by a party that claims it will fix those exact problems. The fallout on local communities proves this is not merely a bureaucratic failure. It's a betrayal of the social fabric. Untargeted and vetted immigration damages high-trust environments that have operated extremely well for centuries. The consequences of Jenrick's speed over security mandate are felt directly in local environments, homes and streets. There are now demands for radical accountability because the public deserves a return to logic. The judiciary, the police force, the Home Office and the civil service have been hollowed out, leading analysts to demand that those who perpetrated this failure on innocent tax-paying citizens face strict consequences under the law. We must reintroduce accountability for those who betrayed a public interest. Ultimately, a system error and contradiction has been detected. A party that absorbs the problem cannot provide the solution. The public deserves a system entirely free from the architects of its failure. Thank you for watching the Daily Bollocks. Like, comment and subscribe. See you next time.